worm nerds. I'm taking a look in on one of my bins. I've been refraining from feeding them in the past couple weeks, probably 2 weeks. They haven't been, any of my bins have been fed because there was a significant moisture problem from feeding some very old pumpkin that had been freezing and thawing out on the side porch in the garden. So I think the pumpkin was well beyond its life, and I probably should have just thrown it into the outdoor compost bin instead of feeding it to the worms, because it made all the bins very, very moist, and let the potworms reproduce significantly. So I've let all the bins dry out, no coverings on them for the most part. So I'm going to dive in to one of these bins after 2 weeks of no feeding. They just had a fluffing once about a week ago. So let's dive in here and see if my potworm issue has been remedied by letting things dry out. And we still have some potworms here. Like that guy. It's still more moist, wetter than I would like. But I'm not seeing as many potworms as I did in previous weeks. So that's good. Woo. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. You can see them pretty good on this brown paper covering. There's a couple of them. There's even more on the underside. But not as bad as last week. So things are looking up. I had put big hunks of, let's see if I can bring this over, big hunks of egg carton in there to dry things out. So I just buried an entire egg carton in there to absorb some of the moisture, and it seems to be working. Worms are liking to hang out in it, in addition to the potworms. There's a bunch in there. And there's a mite crawling on my arm. Gross. Get off me. So in addition to potworm issue, I think, yeah, lots of potworms. Over here in this corner, lots of potworms. In addition to my potworm issue, I've got mites. Okay, so what I'm going to do is not feed this bin again for the third week, because I think they have, plenty of bedding, plenty of bits of old food. I haven't even dived into the last section where I'd fed, where I still have an old potato with lots of potworms on it. So they're fine as far as food. I'm not going to worry about that, but I will change out this egg carton to try and what is that? Oh, it's a mango pit. Wow. Okay. Didn't look like a mango pit. Lemon. Lots of potworms. So I'm going to swap out this egg carton after I get all the little baby red worms out of there. For a fresh dry egg carton to dry things out. Oh man, they're everywhere. Little baby worms. There you go. I'm going to swap it out with a dry egg carton to try and continue to dry things out. So I just cram that in there. Push all the material up against it. And let it dry stuff out. So that's how I'm working on this issue. I'm also going to start working on the mite issue with some diatomaceous earth. And I'm also going to try AV's cantaloupe baiting method. I learned about his diatomaceous moat baiting method from his channel, and I'm intrigued by the cantaloupe baiting method. We normally don't have cantaloupe in our house, but one of my share waste donors brought over some cantaloupe rind, so I'm very excited. I have that in the freezer getting ready for them, and so I'll have some cantaloupe to work with as far as baiting some of the mites. I have those fast-moving red mites, or brown mites, excuse me, that like to hitch a ride on my arm and follow me upstairs, which I find very unnerving. I had fixed the problem with the diatomaceous earth last year, but their numbers seem to be increasing again, and I'm not happy about that. So I'm going to be working on that this weekend. Hopefully things work out. So I believe that is it for this video. Have a good one.